The sunlight has turned to gray, and I feel like I'm losing love again. I don't know how I'm here. I could feel your heartbeat. I could feel somewhere you're looking down. I could feel your heartbeat. I could feel somewhere you're looking down. 'Cause it's you I'm loving, and it's you that I wanna breathe. And it's you I'm loving, and it's you that I wanna need. And it's you that I wanna need.
So welcome everybody to the stream. This is the CounterPit League. I'm the Boo from Germany standing in for Similar today. We've got TSM and Virtus.Pro waiting for the game to start. As you can see yourself, Overpass will be the first map. After that we will see Train, and the decider would be Mirage if we need it. But let's see if TSM can actually take Virtus.Pro to a third map. I'm really curious to see that happen. And obviously, we've got a small introduction to one of our partners. It is the lovely site of Vulcan, where you can play fantasy league games with gaming. It's not about football, soccer, whatever. It's about your favorite CSGO players and also your favorite teams playing CSGO. And at the moment, you can see that in CSGO, there's nothing available, but we've got upcoming, and we've got, for example, we've got other games as well. Not only CSGO, but also League of Legends, Call of Duty, and Dota 2. So there are the biggest titles in esports are there. No offense to StarCraft 2. I'm sorry, but my tears are not that salty about that. Nah, just kidding. So about that, you can see it's also got its live tab over here on the top. And you can see DreamHack Stockholm is going on right now with Renegades against Team Liquid. But that's not our game, so let's focus on our game. We've also got the live fantasy going on. Oh, no, we don't have live contents. Obviously, when I try to show you something, there's nothing going on. But we've got the live contest going on. Yeah, there we go. Renegades versus TL. Oh, we've got a pistol round going on. Is that restreaming? I'm sorry, no. Now, let's see the Nanyang EU qualifier in Dota 2. So you can see the games that you have your teams participate in. So that's a huge and cool thing. And also say hi to the stream. Wait, I'm logging into chat. Actually, I'm logged in. So you have a small chat on the right side. You can chat with your fellow Fantasy League gamers. And you can maybe give some advice, or maybe try to make something go wrong on the other teams. That's something that a few people might like, but I usually like to help people out a little bit. So we've got a few alerts over there. As you might have seen, I'm not that firm with Vulcan. Yeah, we've got bonus gold. What can you do with those gold coins? You can participate in the gold leagues, like this one. You've got different price pools. So this is 95,000 gold. You see that I am very far away from reaching the amount of gold that I would need, but you can also deposit some money, and you can use the promo code that will be displayed on the bottom of your screen in a second, and you can use that promo code to get some more money in your bank and spend it on your lovely players. Obviously, we are in the LOL section right now because there's nothing in CSGO. The games are already live. So that's a small introduction to Vulkan. Take your time, click yourself through the site. There are a lot of tutorials around as well. And there are a lot of people giving insight about who to pick and who not to pick in the future. So you can get yourself some decent money earned as well. You probably have seen the commercials already, with everyone sending like 15k something won. So as you can see, I'm down to 0, but I would love to earn some money in Vulkan. So let's get this game underway though. It is TSM and Virtus.Pro waiting for the game to start. They are currently connecting to the server, trying to figure out a decent server. With Poles and Danes, it's maybe not always the easiest task at hand, but we will wait for the game to start. And it's the $50,000 league, the CounterPit league, and it's the lower, is it the lower bracket? No, it's the consolidation final. Yeah, it's not the lower bracket final, it's the consolidation final. So you know what's at stake between the two teams in the final. We've got Envious waiting for the winner of this game. So no matter which team goes to the next round, Envious is going to be in a tough spot, because TSM and Virtus.Pro are definitely one of the hottest teams in the scene right now. Not taking away anything from Envious, don't get me wrong, but if Virtus.Pro win this game today, well, it's gonna be very interesting. It doesn't matter how it fares out. So let's get ready to enjoy some really good CSGO action. I'm the Booth from Germany, and this is the CounterPit League. We will go live in just a few moments. Give us some time. The players have to connect to the server before we can start it. That's kind of obvious, but at the moment it seems like they are checking the ping, so we might have a small delay at hand. So, welcome back everybody, I'm the Boo from Germany. This is the CounterPit League. We are waiting for Virtus.Pro and TSM to ready up. Currently we are still missing a few players, so give them some more time to get themselves ready. But I have prepared some interesting facts about the two teams, especially heading into this one where they already met each other in the brackets in the CounterPit League. It was the upper bracket quarterfinal that Virtus.Pro managed to win 2-1 against TSM. So it already was a 3-map best of 3 series between the two teams, with the first map Terrain going 16-10 in favor of Virtus.Pro. And we have seen Cash 16-8 in favor of TSM. So they came back quite strong. But then they lost Mirage 16-12. So I'm really curious to see how much damage they can do to Virtus.Pro right now. And yeah, we are just curiously waiting for the teams to show themselves on the server and also ready themselves up. You can see the odds on eGamingBets.com are slightly favoring TSM. Actually, is that real? I mean, usually a 1.9 would mean that the things that you set, you know, if you spend $10, you will get 1.9 times $10 back. So that would mean that TSM is actually favored in this matchup. This is quite interesting because in my opinion, it would be Virtus.Pro, not only because they just recently won ESL Dubai, but also because I think the map vote favors Virtus.Pro a little bit, at least with Terrain in the second map. It is probably going to be Virtus.Pro's map, and Overpass is by no means a bad Virtus.Pro map. And the same goes for Mirage, which is the third. So I don't know if it's just two different fan camps trying to find the better. And you know, fan number 1 goes for Virtus.Pro. Fan number 2 likes TSM, so he goes for TSM, and then number 3 goes for Virtus, and so on and so on. Let's see if it will actually be a 50-50 game. I think that's not that big of a deal, you know. And eGaming Bets, it is 1.9 to 1.7, which translates roughly to a 50-50. I think Virtus.Pro is slightly favored in this one, even though the community seems that TSM is ahead just by a very small amount of percentage points. And yeah, I think Virtus.Pro have what it takes to take TSM down. And I think they could also manage to do that in 2 maps. The past results of the two teams have shown this kind of the same story, with Virtus.Pro winning 3 out of 5 maps. But that 3 out of 5 maps doesn't really tell you all the stories, because, for example, on Dust 2, TSM stomped Virtus.Pro 16-3. And we are currently still missing a few players, so I'm just letting the admins know that they don't have to wait for me or anything. So, you know, I was all on LAN, it was all in Dubai, and Virtus.Pro were really hot. They were obviously talking about their skill level and about the way they played the game. They were really, really, really hot. And I think that, you know, Mirage 16-14 is kind of a 50-50. The same goes for Overpass, which ended 16-13 in favor of TSM. So both teams have won a map that will always be, or might be, played today, very, very closely. So you can't really go for any team. At least, you know, you could say, I think that TSM will not be as strong as Virtus.Pro today because player X had bad food today, or he probably didn't sleep too well, something like that. For example, Pasha definitely has problems like that already, because he has a small kid at home, and you know, kids sometimes scream, sometimes you have to take care of them, and you can't send your wife to do that. So maybe Pasha has some sleep pattern problems. Maybe this will factor into the results of this game. But I'm just making up theories here. Judging by the numbers, it is a real 50-50 matchup. But Virtus.Pro have the better shot at winning it because they are very strong on terrain. They have shown the world that it is their map pick. They want to play the map every single time. Every time they get to choose it, they will choose train and they will perform on train. They have barely slipped against any teams on the very map. So I think that Virtus.Pro have a strong train, so they will probably win train without too much contestants by TSM. And TSM might win Overpass and they might also win Mirage. But I think that just because of train, Virtus.Pro's chances of winning the whole best of 3 are bigger. So I'm just checking with the admins, and currently eBot is causing some issues. They are restarting the server right now, so the game should go live any second now. I will obviously switch the overlay as soon as I get the call from the admins. Other than that, I thank you guys for tuning in already. This has been well, we've not even seen a single round of CSGO being played, but we have quite a lot of viewers, so thank you guys. Without viewers, without fans, CSGO would be nothing. So this is just from the bottom of my heart, a big shout out to you. And big shout out to the players as well, because they have quite a big workload on that. I think you might have seen the interview of Pronax from Fnatic, where he states that they had 5 weeks, 5 tournaments, different places. He was traveling 4 days in a row, and he had 1 day off or maybe 2 days off to stay around his home, you know, maybe see some friends, probably sleep 24/7 because he's so exhausted. After that, he had to travel again and all that. And then you come home from an event, you have to play an online league. It puts a lot of strain to your nerves and also to your gameplay. Navi, for example, denied an invitation to a big tournament lately because they focused on, or they want to focus on, their own game. You probably have seen or heard from the outbursts in the scene when there were some rumors about Navi changing players. And they sat together, they figured everything out, and now they're trying to attack again. And by attack, I mean the very top of the scene. Same goes for Kinguin and NIP. Now Titan picking up Scream. That's a big change for the French scene. I think that Scream coming back to them might give them the edge, but maybe not necessarily against all the teams, because Scream is a very special player, you know, in a way of he having his own positions, his very unique playing style. If Existence figures out, I mean, Existence is one of the masterminds in CSGO. If he's able to figure out how he can utilize Scream to the maximum effect together with Shocks, it could be a very, very dangerous lineup. And I already thought that with Maniac going full time, Titan were kind of working up and getting better and better. But I think with Scream, they have another aim boost, and the factor of being scared of somebody might not really occur to you, but if you play each other so many times, so often, maybe 3 weeks, 3 times a week or something like that, even in practice and in official games, and you know that, you know, certain player X is hitting his shot this week and we have to stay away from him, something like that. It gives you some mind games that you can work with Scream in your lineup. You can put it somewhere, try to disrupt the early game of the enemy and stuff like that. So we are still trying to figure out the eBot problems for everyone waiting here and still listening to my theories. Yeah, eBot is sometimes, it's a very, very, very cool tool, but sometimes it causes more trouble than it resolves. But we will get there, and we will get this game underway in a matter of, I hope, 10 minutes. I have to prolong this time period a little bit, because I went for a few minutes last time, and I got horribly punished for saying that before. So let's see how long it takes the players and eBot to get back to the server and finally start working. Okay. So no new infos as of yet. The last info I got was eBot is still not working the way it is supposed to work. Okay, so now they're testing another server where eBot might or might not work on. Let's keep our fingers crossed so we can see this awesome best of 3 series unfold. TSM and Virtus.Pro still waiting for a suitable server for their matchup, which is going to be very tense, to say the very least. Last maps have been a 2-1 split between the two teams, and 3 out of 5 maps on ESL Dubai went to Virtus.Pro. So let's see how much damage, or how much damage the two teams can inflict on each other. I will go for a small musical break to not waste all my English words today in the first few hours that I'm online. So I still want to have some words, you know. My theory is that as a non-mother, like, if it's not your first language, you've got a certain amount of words, and you have to distribute those words in a day. If you use them all up, you're out of words, and then everything gets gibberish. So I don't want to get there. I hope you enjoyed the show so far. I hope I could enlighten you a little bit about the previous results and my thoughts about TSM and Virtus.Pro. And we will head into this game as soon as we've got a suitable server for the players. So everybody stay around for a few more minutes. It's gonna be a matter of 10, I hope. So we've got a game in our hands, boys and girls. Everybody come back to your PCs because TSM and Virtus.Pro are about to go live. We found a server and we've got eBot to work again. So let's head into the game without further ado. If you've wondered what that voice in your head is, it's me, I'm the Boo. And I'm standing in for Semler today, who can't make it out of obvious reasons. So let's take a small peek at the game and we see the pleasure of seeing 10 people plus a bot. So it's Dave trying to make his stint in the international scene. Let's see how well he can perform today for Virtus.Pro. He's obviously going to be kicked as soon as the game starts. It is over past the first map, and we've got quite a few interesting things to say about that one. Last time when the two teams faced off on Overpass was ESL Dubai, the kickoff of ESL ESEA Season 2. And it was a final. It was a best of 5 final, so a lengthy exchange between the two teams. And it's been quite worth it to watch. So Overpass ended 16-13 in favor of TSM, who started off with a 10-5 CT side. I think the CT start would give TSM a lot of confidence in their own game, and winning the knife round is obviously going to pave the path to the CT sided start on Overpass. And even though Snacks and Pasha were the lead fraggers for Virtus.Pro with 23 frags each, they still couldn't get over the finish line against the Danes. So let's see. Cajun and Device will finish off the knife round. Device is to fly. So he's missed to fly, but he's Device to fly. So TSM wants to stay after they won the knife round. It's quite an obvious, maybe not so obvious choice anymore due to the changes to Overpass. It got shifted a little bit, not necessarily in the terrorist side, but it was still, or it is more as like a 50-50 map, depending on how you play it. And TSM is certainly not new to the map, so they know how to play it and they know how to face off against Virtus.Pro on this map as well. They have prepared themselves to get to the final of the $50,000 league. Envious is waiting in the grand final, and this is the consolidation final. Virtus.Pro and TSM in a best of 3 series kicking it off on Overpass. The second map is Train, and we already see the first action. Device with the Zeus not hitting that shot though. Neo will hit him and take him out of the occasion. 5v4, and the terrorists are not stopped at all. Neo with a second frag. Suddenly the CTs have to rotate as quick as possible, but they only have one player around, and Kerrigan can't really defend himself. He has to retreat as well, and this allows the terrorists to take control of the bomb site. Zipnix takes out Bialy, who took a very deep peek into the bomb site. Zipnix with another frag, and now it's Kerrigan getting himself a headshot onto Pasha. 3v1. Taz is the last man standing, and TSM come back into the round thanks to maybe not the best peeks by Virtus.Pro into the stairs area, but Zipnix with 3 kills in the round, and 2 of them were straight headshots on the peeking terrorists. Great job by TSM to start off like they did, with maybe not the best start that he would love to have on the pistol round, with 2 players getting killed straight away by the Glock train running into them. But Virtus.Pro couldn't take it home, so the terrorists with the bomb plant in their back obviously go for the save. Or, well, it's not a save anymore, it's an upgraded pistol round. They want to try to do as much damage as possible to the CTs, who went for the full investment. Only 1 UMP in the hands of Dupree and the scout for Device. The rest of the squad with rifles. And that's a big investment. So if Virtus.Pro managed to get rid of 1 or 2 of those rifles, it could make it very hard for TSM to get themselves kicked into this first half of the first map. And Dupree is under some pressure here, being smoked off. Device is down to 37 as well, but the CT's coming with a good rotation. Dupree with the double kill onto Taz and Bialy. Neo with the refrag, but that's not too much damage for the CTs. They can easily sustain that. Now Snacks is trying to do some more damage, and he almost kills Device on top of Kerrigan, who went down there. TSM still with the round on the board, and they got themselves the rifles to the next round. So it's 2-0 in favor of the Danes, facing off against the probably 5 AK buy by Virtus.Pro. There we go. Snacks actually going for the Zeus as well. And we've seen Device trying to use that gun already, but it wasn't to the best effect. So I really doubt that Snacks will go there and try to use the Zeus, especially as he can spray walls and get the same amount of damage dealt. KGB on 68 right now. Kerrigan being caught on the cross as well, down to 82. The start of the round with a very B-sided approach, having Snacks, Pasha and Taz down in the underpass on connector, now joining their teammates on the execution. The CTs have 3 players in front of B, and Device is there as well. So 2 players in front of B. Zipix is hiding away a little bit behind the wall and supporting his teammates with a few flash grenades. Now he is actually going for the rotation into the overlook as Bialy gets the frag onto Device. It's Taz opening up onto Cage and B, and then suddenly the terrorists get unleashed onto the B bomb site. They lose 1 player to Kerrigan, but Zipix is taken out, and the same goes for Kerrigan. Now suddenly Dupree comes in with a frag as Kerrigan blew Taz up to smithereens with his nade that he still was able to toss away, even though he was in his last breath. Basically was his last action. 2v1 now. The bomb is planted and Bialy already spots Dupree on the approach and sprays him down. Great AK control by Bialy, winning this first rifle round for Virtus.Pro. And then they started off very, very well into this round, but then TSM managed to get something back. And if Zipix only stayed around a little longer, obviously there was no way for them to tell it, but if Zipix didn't go for that rotation into the top of A and then ended up in heaven, could have changed the outcome of the round a lot, because they would have had another rifle in the back of the bomb site. It could have guarded the player that was stuck in short, and it could have meant that Virtus.Pro would have been slowed down even further, and that allows the CTs to come in with an additional rotation. Now, this is the past, and let's talk about the future. And the future looks not too unpromising, if you can say that, for the CTs. They have the Deagle 4 Cage and B, 2 CZ75s and 2 rifles. So TSM go all in into this round, and Device is checking out the back already. Good spray onto Snacks, who was just turning his back to the CT. Now the terrorists down a man, and they have to salvage something. They have Pasha around there trying to find a kill on the lurk, while KGB gets under some pressure. He retreats under the deeper side, getting out with his Deagle and then getting killed by Bialy. Great shot by Bialy. Kerrigan is coming in from behind, however, and he takes his time, takes aim on Neo, takes him out as well. 3v4 right now. Device is trying to help out from above. He gets a kill onto Bialy, and it's down to Taz and Pasha. One down to 21 and 146 HP, and Device is just shoulder peeking Taz now. Good headshot on the first, and the second goes down straight away. Device with the quad kill from above, saving the day for TSM and keeping their economy afloat against Suppose. We're about to take control of this map. Now, 4 frags for Bialy is doing a good job for Virtus.Pro, but sadly it's not enough to win the previous round. They need something else to stop TSM, and at the moment there's no stopping Device. Picked up 4 kills in the previous round, and Virtus.Pro is looking for an opening. They didn't really buy anything. A few P250s in the hands of the more frag-equipped players. But the Poles are just trying to find a frag somewhere around the map, maybe pick up that gun, but it's denied. Cage and B with a double spray down in Monster, and the CT's up 3 players. Pasha and Neo, the last man standing. At least they were together for a second. Now they split each other up. Neo's going for the bomb, and Pasha's hanging around a little bit. As soon as the CTs go for the backstab onto Neo, as soon as Neo gets spotted, Pasha could pick up a frag, or actually Neo picking up the frag and Dupree picking up the kill onto Pasha, and Zipix closes the door to the B-bomb side on Neo, making it 4-1 in favor of TSM. Looking very good at the start of this half in the first map, but I already mentioned that last time they played Overpass, TSM started off with a 10-5 lead on the CT side. So you know the deal about the Danish teams. They are very well coordinated on the CT sides. And I think TSM is one of the teams that proves this point time and time again. Now, early push by the CTs, not getting any information, makes him go back to the B bomb side, and that's a very good call by Kerrigan. Sipix, though, not very successful on the spray through the wall. Bialy lining up the smoke. The terrorists get ready for the execution. They send 3 players through Monster and 2 from B short. Trying to find the kill. Good flashes coming as well. Everyone is blinded, but the CTs have 4 players around that already. Kerrigan is able to spot a few players, takes his time to aim, and takes off the head of Snaximus. Maximus. Snax is taken out. 4 terrorists survived, and one of them is Taz with a kill onto Kerrigan. He draws it back, and a bomb has been planted as well. Pasha circles around into the pit and takes out Sipix. Now KGB needs to hold on to the rotation area, and Dupree helps him out on that. Good teamwork by TSM. Now Bialy, the last man inside the bomb site. His teammate Neo is hanging back a little bit with the scout in hand. KGB and Dupree down to 15 and 13 HP, and the first one goes down to Bialy. Now it's Dupree alone, and he will run away and try to save his gun. Virtus.Pro with a sturdy, and Bialy almost sprayed him down through the wall. Now he will go down for that, but Virtus.Pro with a good B-bomb side execution almost slipped away from them when Dupree and Device were coming back into the round, and KGB helped Dupree out on that one. But luckily for the Poles, they were able to just hold on to the bomb site and pull through to make it 4-2. Now it's 5 AKs back in the hands of Virtus, but their money is not looking too strong, and the same goes for the CTs. So you know, whoever wins this round could potentially follow up with a almost free second round in a row, and that would mean a 6-2 or a 4-4 scoreline. Let's see if Virtus.Pro can once again take it to the B-bomb site as successfully as they were before. TSM is coming in with 2 players from behind. They kind of sniffed out the strategies of the terrorists already, and they will go for that aggressive setup on the A-bomb side time and time again until the terrorists have finally put a stop to that. Now Kerrigan is basically sitting on the back of the terrorists already. He opened the door as well. They didn't hear him. Kerrigan with the first frag. Now Pasha needs to go big for Virtus.Pro, but he can't. KGB with the refrag, but Neo with the refrag, making it a 3v3 again. Dupree and Taz once again exchanging blows. It's down to another 2v2 situation, which Neo is able to string back to 2v1. They don't exactly know where Device is, but they know they have to plant the bomb, so they go for it. And Device is coming in from Monster. He takes out Neo from behind, and Taz still didn't know where Device was. Double kill for the Dane, and he is able to win the round for TSM, making it 5-2. And Virtus.Pro just lost this round due to the very, very well set up TSM squad with that early peaks in the front of A, and also with control over the connector area with Kerrigan coming in from behind. The Danes had a lot of space and a lot of information as well. That allowed them to go for an early rotation and send Device in through Monster to take the backstep on the terrorists. Well played by TSM, who are, as I said already, struggling with their money, and Virtus.Pro know that, so they will go for the heavy investment Tech 9s, MP7 even, and an Uzi for Pasha and Bialy. And TSM with 3 rifles only. One of them is in the hands of Device, and Zipix with 1 as well. KGB with the small version of the M4A1, the ZZ75, getting himself a kill, trying to go for the chance knife through the smoke, but Dupree relieves him with a headshot, and no casualties for TSM. And Virtus.Pro with the try, obviously. And we have some lag issues on a few players, but that's not on our end, so it's just the GoTV having some trouble rendering it. And well, TSM with that 3 or 5 men surviving lineup and the chance to once again face off against a weak Virtus.Pro buy, they would, or they could potentially make it 7-2 already. And it's not that far to reach up to the 10-5 scoreline that they had earlier when the teams met each other in Dubai. Dupree now on the outskirts of the A-bomb side, working a little bit. He received a headshot down to 31 HP, and Snax was able to take out Kerrigan in the underpass, so TSM is punished for that aggressive setup on the A-bomb side. And now the terrorists will get another frag thanks to KGB being flashed to death. The terrorists make it a 4v3, and Device is almost burning to death. He's actually burning himself to death in the underpass. That was a huge bummer for TSM. Virtus.Pro on a 4v2. They have 1 player to work against in Civics, and he's completely flashy. He still picks up 2 frags, which was great effort by him. But maybe it's not enough. It's a 2v1. Dupree makes it a 1v1, and he knows that both terrorists should be around that bomb site. He's changing his angle, he's changing his approach, and Neo is planting the bomb. That's the least that he can do right now, exposing himself to Dupree. He's going down to 1 HP, 99 damage received, but Neo is not stopped. He will pick up the frag and make it 6-3. What a round. Device burning himself, then Virtus.Pro winning it against Dupree, who was almost able to draw it back. He certainly drew it back to a 1v1, but then it was Neo the stopping point of his comeback in the round. And now a knife on Taz. Oh, by Snacks actually knifing his teammate in the back. It might be, well, maybe not round changing or maybe not game changing, but it might be mentality changing, especially as Device steps it up and takes out Taz with an off shot. Well, he would have been dead anyway, but maybe it was only a leg shot, and the knife from his teammate got themselves a frag. Now, Dupree with a good hold on Toilets, taking down 2 terrorists without any refrags. No aggression by Virtus.Pro. They just stand there and wait. And Neo is waiting for 2 CTs. He's taking them down as well. Double kill on A long, suddenly turning it around again. Not necessarily in the favor of the terrorists, but at least they have some hope at the horizon. As Bialy steps in, he tries to get the frag on Toilets. They know that there was somebody around, but it's not anymore. Kerrigan just wanted to find some information and retreat back into the deeper site. As the terrorists are trying to make up their mind where to go, they will head over to the B bomb site, and Sipix was there all the time. Cajun B is around as well. He can help his teammate, but as I speak, he's going for the rotation. Well, he's not going for the full rotation. He's just going for heaven, trying to have a better angle to help his teammate out. Now Sipix in the corner, he's going down to 12 HP, but doesn't stop him from picking up the 2 kills. 7-3, no, in favor of TSM. To be honest, it should have been 7-3, 7-2, and now 8-2. But it was Neo that clutched away a round from TSM. Was a very, very nice round to see. Now TSM trying to get back to the point where they could actually afford to lose a round and then still buy up. Virtus.Pro know that the CT's money is very low, so the Poles will refuse to really save. They will stay on the guns as long as possible, trying to inflict as much damage and as much pressure as possible as well. The nade certainly didn't apply any pressure to TSM, but at least it scares them a little bit inside the B bomb site, and the Danes go for a 4-man stack. Device just tossing that nade into the outskirts and headed back towards the A bomb site. TSM now think that Virtus.Pro might actually fake the B bomb site and then go back towards A. Now Snacks inflicting some damage onto Cajun B. Finally the nades pay off. They would just repeatedly nade at the same spot, and finally they got a frag for it. Kerrigan now gets a frag for hanging out, and another one goes down. Kerrigan, the in-game leader, stepping it up for TSM, putting a stop to the initial push by the terrorists, but they still slice through with Neo picking up the kill. Now it's a double for Neo, and the Molotov will stop the plan from going through. The bomb is lost behind the bomb site. They have to pick it up. Pasha and Neo up against 2 CTs, and TSM used the time they had to get Dupree into the back of the terrorists. Now Device taking that shot, and at the same time Dupree peeked as well. Great team play by TSM, just synchronized killing, and Virtus.Pro are caught in the crossfires time and time again. Sadly for the Poles, they weren't able to upset the CT's money. It would have granted them 2 rounds for free, and that's the plan for the Poles, or it was a plan. Look at the economy for the CTs. It was by far anything but good. So the T's were almost able to upthrow the momentum in the game. Now they're trying to do that with their own. Once again, it's a pistol buy without armor, and they get themselves the 2 opening frags, pushing into the A bomb. So right now Kerrigan exposes himself to the first, but gets the second frag, and it was really important. Now he needs to retreat without being killed, otherwise it could open up the A bomb site, and it does, but Zipix is there to close that opening straight away, making it a 1v2. Bialy is on the back foot right now, trying to make his way to the B bomb site, where Cajun B is already waiting for him, and heads up play by TSM, even though they weren't meant to lose 3 players. And once again, the terrorists stay within reach to win 2 rounds in a row as soon as they get themselves 1 round on the board. Now, we're at the 9-3 right now, and only 3 more rounds to go in this half. Virtus.Pro don't have too many rounds to waste. Otherwise, they might end up force buying every single round without actually getting anything back in reward. So Pasha looking for the opener on a long, but he turns his back or his side towards the CTs, allows for an easy frag by Device and Dupree, the two Ds combining themselves to get TSM back in the driving seat. Now it's Virtus.Pro still going for that B execution. They barely went to the A bomb site at all, maybe sometimes in an eco round or something, but the real executions always happen on B. And now they try to fake and to sell that image to TSM, try to make them rotate players over and then actually hit the bigger bomb site, or well, the smaller bomb site. In it's a bigger bomb plan, but it's a smaller bomb site in general. Now they have the bomb plan going down. Taz covering his teammate quite nicely with a good headshot. Neo comes in with one as well. 4v3. TSM has been in the same situation in the piss round and they still managed to come back. So let's see if they are able to turn the momentum around in their favor. Device with a good cheeky shot onto Snacks. And Virtus.Pro just hiding away, trying to bide some time. There it is. Good frag by Neo and Bialy combined. Now it's a 1v1 thanks to Dupree's refrag. He doesn't have any smoke. He needs to go for the defuse and he's on it. And he will stay on it. Bialy can't kill him in time. Even though he kills him in the end. Dupree defuses the bomb. And TSM go up 10-3. Clutch play by Dupree once again. He is the guy to save the day for TSM. He stepped it up so many times already. And the Danes are there and they won't go away anytime soon. They have consolidated their finances and they go for the heavy investment into an AWP for Device, but he barely got the weapon in his hand, so they want to try to switch it up a little bit and try to surprise Virtus.Pro with that scope. Kerrigan is the first one to surprise the terrorists in underpass with his FAMAS, quickly picking up that AK and trying to hold on to it for the backstab, which Virtus.Pro is maybe vulnerable to. Kerrigan is very close, but Taz opens up. Good frag thanks to Pasha's first one. He was able to get in there, and now Bialy, somehow he had an eye out on the backside, and even though he was carrying the bomb, he just turned back to dispose of the backstabber. That was Kerrigan. 3v2 right now, and the CTs have another backstabber, and it's Dupree together with Device there trying to retake the bomb site in the second last round of this half. Device with a tag through the corner onto Pasha. 12 HP remaining for Virtus.Pro. Virtus.Pro needs to try to spread out a little bit more. Bialy covers his teammate, now goes for the second frag, and he is doing it. Dupree is not able to clutch another round against Bialy, and he certainly learned his lesson, and he's not giving Dupree any more chances. 10-4, Virtus.Pro is on the board, and finally they made TSM safe, but it was a real struggle for them, never really getting to the point where they could save them. And once again it was a knife by Neo onto Snacks. It's probably not going to change the outcome too much, but TSM might have a setup that might change the outcome. They have two players in long, one of which gets a frag, the second one does too, and now it's a third. Kerrigan coming in. Bialy opens up the B bomb site, however, and Taz closes out Kerrigan, so everything back to a 2v1. Taz needs to watch out, but he's quite far away from Cajun B, so no danger from the Dane, at least not yet. Let's see if Taz will go to the A bomb site or if Bialy will stay around B and wait for his teammate. I think Virtus.Pro actually favor the A bomb site right now, and this could benefit Bialy. He could creep into the back of Bialy. It favors KGB because he could creep into the back of Bialy or intercept him on his way to the A bomb site. Taz is just tugging in right now, waiting for his teammate to be around, and covers the rotation. And there it is. Good frag by Taz, and heads up play by Virtus.Pro to not widely run around the map and look for the frag. They make it 10-5, and we've had the same score line already in ESL, ESEA Dubai. So I'm really curious to see if Virtus.Pro have worked on their CT side and if they can make it work better than last time, because last time they lost 6-8 on their CT side. Well, not lost, but you know, they allowed the terrorists to get 6 rounds on the board. Now TSM switching over, giving the scoreboard a small glimpse. 15 kills for Neo, 13 for Bialy. On the other side we have 18 for Dupree, who's simply nuts today, and 15 for Kerrigan. So TSM definitely not weak on the fragging department, and that helps him on the terrorist side. Sometimes those individuals can do more damage on the terrorist side than they can on the CT side, and there's one of them. Device with the first frag. The CTs quickly retreat into the A bomb site. Snacks is still around. Good headshot onto Carrigan. Drops a bomb. The terrorists need to retrieve that, and if they lose Dupree, who's on the other side, they might run into some big trouble. Device is down to 4 HP, but Dupree picks up the kill onto Snacks. Now it's Taz's reply, and he double replies. Bialy covers him as well, and Dupree is alone on the way to the B bomb site, nervously waving his knife, as the CTs will probably get that information as well. Taz tries to keep the terrorists from planting, but he doesn't want to risk his life at the same time. So he's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, and he decides to go for the spray, then retreat, wait for his teammate, and now they can push together. Dupree still holding on to that angle as the CTs will drop. He tries to avoid them as good as he can, but they have their eyes pinned down on him, and Bialy will not miss too many shots. It's 10-6. Taz and Bialy with the defuse. Timely defuse as well, so not too big of a problem for Virtus.Pro to win the pistol round, but it was kind of mandatory to close the gap to TSM. If the Danes had won the pistol round, it would have probably at least been 12-5, maybe even 13-5. So 13-5 is definitely one of those scorelines that you try to avoid being at. Now Virtus with the buy. MP7 for Bialy, P90 for Pasha, and the terrorists with the upgraded buy. But since they got the bomb planned, they want to do the same that Virtus.Pro did in the first half. They just wait for the money to rain in and then go for the full AK lineup in the upcoming round. And if they could get themselves another plant in this one, it could be very, very good for them. Pasha, though, is close by with the P90. Very, very sick weapon to have as close as he was to the terrorists. Now Device and company try to single him out and try to remove him, but he's moving around quite nicely. He's got his teammates to work with as well. And Pasha is just a meat shield for his teammates. He's got the least expensive weapon right now, at least on the A-bomb side. So they try to use him as a bait, and Snacks will actually go down to Device's CZ75 while Bialy is still hanging around the B-bomb site. He closes out Dupree. Good patient play by Bialy to not get too nervous, too anxious, and get himself into some trouble. Pasha now gets himself into some trouble, but yeah, Sipix is taken down by Taz, so taking turns on the peaks. Pasha was running them down. He was running the patient slow as well, and in the end he picked up 3 frags with the P90, stayed alive on top of that, and Virtus.Pro with with an easy anti-eco on the board. Now TSM with a full AK buy-up, taking it to the B bomb site initially, sending Cage and B through the underpass. Device and Carrigan determined to open up the A bomb site a little bit, and at least making the CT spread out at the start of the round benefits the terrorists a lot, because if the CTs actually are spread out and committed to bathrooms, it makes the rotation so much longer for them in case the terrorists have control of the underpass and connector area. And Virtus.Pro knows that, so they will fall back into their default positions, having 2 players close to Monzone B, 2 players deep inside A, and 1 at the bathroom. So Carrigan and company have to really deeply peek into the bomb sites to find themselves some frags, and Carrigan will find Snacks off guard and almost gets burned alive by the incendiary nade, but somehow stays alive and forces the CT to retreat as well. So very well played by Carrigan to open up the A bomb site like he did, and that allows TSM to focus on B right now. They pull Device over there. Carrigan just stays around the A bomb site. He's going to nag the CTs on the rotation and to keep their minds occupied with the thought of what is going on over at A. Is there any more action? No, there is not. Sipix and Dupree open up the fragging on the B bomb site, leaving Neo and Pasha alone. And one of them is taken out. It is Pasha with the P90. Neo is alone, the FAMAS in hand. He will take out Carrigan and pick up the AK, but the terrorists know where he's at, and he will actually... he will just pick up all the equipment, try to head back and save his gun for the next round. He was a little weary about his backside, so he will... Well, he will actually commit there and just push forward. Dupree is still close by, and TSM will not exit prematurely, because that would have been the chance for Nia to get the ninja defuse in there. Didn't happen though. TSM win the rifle round to make it 11-7, and Virtus.Pro is left with some trouble there on the money side. Snacks with the 5-7 and almost no nades on the rest of his teammates, so they need to find some kills, and they go for that 4-man stack over at A, trying to counter the terrorist setup, but there is nobody there, so now they have to figure out where the terrorists went. Did they go to A long? Probably not. They would have spotted or heard them. So they will focus on the B bomb set right now with KGB taking out Snacks. The odds of that happening are really slim, especially as Dupree steps it up onto Bialy and then smokes off the A rotation area, stays back in the corner, and the terrorists should have another easy round on the board against Virtus.Pro, who is seemingly not able to get a foothold on the CT side on overpass. It seems to be very hard for them to find out how TSM click right now. And Taz, Pasha and Nia will gather around in the toilets having a deep talk while Zipix is on the way to maybe get a frag or two. But as the bomb blows up, he doesn't want to risk his own economy, so he stays back, and TSM make it 12-7 right now. The bomb explodes, gets them an additional round on the board, and you know, they have won those rounds. This one obviously was kind of close, but this one was really decisively, so it means a lot to the momentum of the two teams, especially as the grand final is on the line. Envious is waiting there, and the winner will receive $23,000 and a few bucks on top of that, so there's a lot of money in the league. And obviously TSM and Virtus.Pro want to advance and not go home with only 7.5k. They want to get themselves the big share. TSM wants to get a big share of the terrorist side on overpass right now. They are headed towards a long with Device checking that out, but there's a CT behind the tree, and look at how well concealed that CT is, just stepping out. Good headshot by Pasha. Now TSM know that there's another one, but they will be taken out by Snacks' scout shot. 4v3, KGB is down to 30 HP as well. TSM, no, this round is basically over. We just need to push and get the bomb planned, otherwise we might actually lose it anyway. And while I talk, they will smoke off the A bomb site and try to last resort fake it and then go for the B bomb site. They figure that there's probably only one player around. Bialy firing one shot and then getting it done on KGB, but now he's in trouble. Kerrigan will dispose of him, making it to the B bomb site just in time are the terrorists, and they will plant the bomb as well. Kerrigan with another shot of the AK. 2v1, but Pasha will get out on top of that exchange and make it 12-8. Virtus.Pro hang on to this game, even though TSM proved a lot of trouble to them, even in this round, even though they started off with 2 man less compared to the CTs. TSM still managed to plant the bomb and draw it back to a 2v1. So it was a very closely contested round, and Virtus.Pro, their money is not looking too well right now. Look at that, only 1k for Virtus, and that's just because they weren't really able to string rounds together, and on top of that, whenever they won a round, it was quite close on the CT side. So the Poles definitely need to be scared about the outcome of this half. If they lose another round, they would be saving again, and TSM would be at least 13-8, because they would win a round, and then could make it 14-8, and then they're just within reach of 2 rounds to win this first map in the best of 3 series. But fear not, Virtus.Pro fans, Train is coming up, and you know how strong your team is on that map. So let's see if Virtus.Pro can spark one of their infamous comebacks first, because this game is not yet over. Zipix patiently holding onto the outskirts of the B bomb set while his teammates are spread out completely. TSM going for a completely different setup compared to Virtus.Pro's terrorist side, and they will find those frags on A, but Snacks doesn't get checked by KGB, and that's an easy frag for him. 4v3 coming up. The terrorist gets spotted as well, but Kerrigan spots Bialy, and now he's got the B bomb site laid out in front of him. He goes to work on Taz as well. Now Neo's time to come back into the round for his squad. He sprays a few shots into the rough direction of Zipix, but doesn't hit any shots, so he will plant the bomb. The Dane will plant the bomb, and the CT's on the retake. Coming in from short is Snacks. Now he's got some bullets on Carrigan, and they know where he's at. Carrigan is looking for that frag, and he will pick it up onto Snacks. Carrigan going big, but now it's up to Zipix to finish off this round. His in-game leader did the majority of the work, and he's able to take out Neo on the defuse. 13-8 in favor of TSM, thanks to Carrigan pushing into the B-bomb side with his scope, picking up the frag on the first one, and then getting 2 additional kills, especially when he was crammed into that corner. He was basically alone there. He was cut off from Zipix, who was around here, so he didn't have any flanking fire or anything. He went for that peek and got himself the kill on short. And now it's just basic mob-up kills for the terrorists, or at least it should be. And now look at Neo just taking his time, not firing away before his teammate has cleared his line of fire. And it was a very nice kill, but the CT still go down 2-man. Device coming in with another one from behind. It's just Pasha and Neo. And the bomb has been planted as well. They know that Device is around that connector area, and they don't really want to push it. Device will push out on his own, and Carrigan might risk his not the life of himself, but his teammates' life with that spray through the smoke. Pasha though is not really contesting that anymore, just waiting for the round to end, and maybe he is able to pick up a cheeky frag on Device over there. Will he even peek? That's a big question. He won't necessarily know. And he will blow up to the bomb as well, so P250 down the drain. Doesn't matter for Virtus.Pro, they need to buy up anyway. And maybe that P250 could have been dropped for one of his teammates, and they could have dropped a few more weapons for that. But yeah, they still managed to get a halfway decent buy for the CT side. 14-8, however, TSM looking very good on the first map, which is also their map pick in the consolidation final of the CounterPit League. Thanks guys for tuning in, and obviously, or maybe even girls, for tuning in. It's been a pleasure so far, and TSM has put up a real good show, at least up until to this point. Virtus.Pro now taking their time, having 3 players on the connector area, trying to get a fast backstab and some control early on as Pasha goes for the peek into A long. He tags down 2. Dupree and Carrigan down to 31 and 32 HP. Pasha knows that he doesn't need to go for another peek. He did it damage, so he can fall back, try to make the terrorists swing back onto the B bomb site where Device is trying to open up, and he does so against Neo. Good reaction there, just pulling back down. Finishes off Snacks as well. 5v3 evolving. The CT's reeling right now. They have to trust their B defenders, and one of them is singled out. It's Bialy with the M4A4. At least he's got enough bullets to guard himself, as Pasha is in a firefight over at the A bomb site. Just barely missed that shot. Could have changed the outcome of the round if he had killed the bomb carrier, who is Device right there. Cajun B, however, finishes off Taz, and Pasha is the last man standing. He's not got too much to work with. The Pash, well, he did tag so many people in a round, but it's just not enough to tag them with a scout. You still have to have somebody to finish them off. And if you don't have anyone that can get kills with a pistol, it's really hard for you to get kills with a scout. We've got 20 frags for Neo and 19 for Bialy. They certainly did the work for Virtus.Pro. But on the other side, we have 23 and 21 for Dupree and Carrigan, and they had some more impact in the rounds. Let's see if this round will be impacted by TSM, or if Virtus.Pro can come back with their last effort, their last buy-up. Armor and pistols it is, and they already lost Neo to Zipix opening up in this round. The CTs have a good stack over at the B bomb site. The bomb goes down as well. Bialy and Taz with 3 frags. Next comes in from behind, puts a bullet to the head of Carrigan, and now it's a 1v3. Devices coming in from behind, but that doesn't matter really. The CTs have the bomb under control. They have armor. They picked up an orb. They picked up an AK, and they should have this under control. But as I speak, Devices coming in from short, taking out Snacks, going for a different approach. Bialy will stand up, guards his head, and Devices down and out. 15-9. Virtus.Pro will stay alive to fight another round, but how long can the Poles take this game? It's 6 more rounds to make up for. TSM will have enough money for this one, but then they are running out So if they can't get the bomb planted, the loser bonus will help them to squeeze out 3 rifles, something like that. But after that, the Danes' money will run out, and then it's Virtus.Pro's time to start the plow and to start plowing through to the Danes. Snacks with the first frag behind the smoke. Cheeky setup by him, but Device now has his number, and Device is on the lookout for that kill, just barely scratching the head off Snacks. Shots ringing off his helmet, and there it is. Headshot by Device onto Snacks, getting that 4v4 back. Neo, though, with the headshot onto Dupree. Suddenly it's back to a 4v3, and Neo stepping it up for Virtus.Pro is going to be game-changing, and they really need him to carry them throughout the remainder of this game, because I don't know if they can rely on Snacks to stand up, as he's once again one of the first players to be taken out. Usually he is the carrier for Virtus.Pro, or not the carrier, but he's one of their main performers. But today, maybe he's not feeling it today. Zipix and Device need to feel the moment right now. They are down to 35 seconds. They're pushing for the A bomb site. Good flash through the smoke. Will get them the early frag, but Neo is still around, and he already got himself a kill on the B bomb site, so they might not think that he's around. He's certainly calling it for the rotation, and the CTs are there already. Both line up perfectly for Neo, and the legend will not miss that spray. 15-10. Virtus.Pro close the distance, only 5 more rounds, and TSM will not go for a force buy or anything stupid. They will stay on the Tech 9s and the armor, just spending some money on KGB and on Device to level it back up to almost equal money on every single player. Device needs the money for the AWP, so he stays at 4k, and the rest buys down to roughly 2k. TSM now with a quick setup on the A bomb side. The CT already trying to slow them down with a few block nades, but it's not able to do that. Snacks gets caught out in the open 4v4 now, thanks to Pasha's off shot, but Dupree catches Neo out in the open. Good P250 headshot, and then following up with a body shot. Taz now putting up a stand on the A bomb side, but Pasha actually gets flanked by Kerrigan, and now it's only up to Taz. He's up against 3 terrorists, and he still picks up 1. In fact, it was Device helping him out a little bit with the team kill onto Zipix. Bialy and Kerrigan, the last man standing, 1v1. Can Kerrigan win this game right now, or win this map? Not the game, because the game will commence on train after this one. Kerrigan is on the B bomb, so he will surely get the bomb down, and then it's up to Bialy, who's already on the defuse, magically winning the round. Bialy just teleported himself to the bomb and defused it. Got the kill with a teleport frag. If you've ever watched Unreal Tournament or Quake, you can do that with a teleporter. But Virtus.Pro with the 11-15, yeah, we have missed the 1v1 due to the GoTV lag. So that's a problem with the GoTV and eBot thing. I won't talk about that for now, because TSM is back on 5 AKs, and they are back slicing through the CTs right now, getting the opener onto Neo. Now they try to cut off the rest that is still occupying bathrooms and trying to get them fragged as well. It is Snacks and Pasha out there on a limb. They definitely trust each other to occupy those angles. Now Snacks alone. Pasha retreats into the A bomb site while the terrorists make their way towards B. Bialy and Taz are the last man over there, and they need to get a frag, at least 1 frag each, to make it at least somewhat possible for their teammates. But look at that, TSM opening up on the angles. They have everything sorted out on those B execution. Another one goes down to KGB. It's a 2v5. Kerrigan will not ask for a better chance to take out Pasha from the side. It's Snacks alone, and he was lacking behind a little bit, and he can't make up for that anymore. Snacks with 9 frags, 23 for Neo, Bialy with 22, but TSM win the first map in the consolidation final. Moving on to train in just a second. I need a small break, and I hope you guys enjoyed this first map. Overpass going to TSM, 25 kills for Dupree and 25 for Kerrigan. Kerrigan showing that in-game leaders can kill if they are on point. So thank you guys for tuning in, and thanks to our partners Twitch, Sapphire, Vulcan, AMD and Sennheiser for making this possible. I hope you stay around for the second map. I'm Debu, and this is the CounterPit League Consolidation Final. So the second map is upon us. It is TSM against Virtus.Pro on train. Let's jump into the game. The knife round should go live, if I'm not mistaken. We should have the knife round, and you all know how important that knife round is. And I forgot how important the sound is for you guys. There we go. So now you've got the footsteps as well. Virtus.Pro against TSM. TSM winning the first map already, starting off on Overpass. Now it is Train, the map pick of the Poles. And you know how strong they are. It just depends on, maybe, it depends on how, it's not necessarily, it is a CT-sided map, but if you win the pistol on the terrorist side, it could get really easy for you to win the whole game. So now let's see, TSM will win the knife and they will start on the CT side, so no real surprises there. I was expecting some voodoo magic and Kerrigan taking a page out of Gobby's book and starting on the terrorist side on a map that is CT side or something like that. No, it's not happening. TSM go for the standard play, and Virtus.Pro start off with a Zeus for Taz and a Zeus for Neo. So let's see what the CSGO gods can do with the god's weapon. At the moment, it doesn't look like they are getting into the range of the Zeus. They will head over to the A bomb site with Cajun Boo picking up the first frag. Kerrigan with another one, and another one. Kerrigan just being on fire today. Zipix shuts down Bialy on the push, and Taz is in front of the smoke, but there's not much that he can see except for CTs all over the place. And it's really hard to settle his aim on any of the players. 1-0 in favor of TSM. Winning the pistol, the first mandatory round on the board for the Danes. Virtus.Pro on their map pick don't have to be scared about that. They know that, you know, winning the pistol on the CT side is definitely something that you should do if you want to avoid getting into trouble in the middle of the first half, for example. It's not necessarily trouble at the very start, but usually in the middle when you realize that you can't afford the AWPs against the terrorist equipment. So now let's see if Virtus.Pro can plant the bomb on the B bomb site in a few seconds. It's not certain yet that they actually want to go to the B bomb site, but it might be a little more certain right now because one of their A players gets this patched off already. Bialy is taking the bomb towards B as well. So there's not going to be anything special. Virtus.Pro is just trying to rush to the bomb site, trying to rush to the bomb train with those two smokes and the two flashes. They try to take Zipix and Kerrigan out of the occasion and then get the C4 planted, get the additional money, and then maybe even squeeze out something surprising. Well, not really surprising in the first rifle round. So Zipix heading back already. They've got a backstabber to worry about. Devices coming in from behind. Neo and Bialy with the two frags in favor of the terrorists, though. Bialy's able to reload his CZ75, then goes down to Kerrigan's scout. 2v3. Pasha is alone, and he's taken out as well. So there was not too much for the terrorists to gain, especially with Device coming in from behind. They had the pressure from the back, so they had to push forward. They had to commit to the B-bomb site. And that was when Zipix and Kerrigan got themselves the additional frags. And as soon as the CTs, you know, if the terrorists push in, let's talk about the weapon round. If the terrorists push in with a weapon round, and you as a CT, you somehow didn't get anyone to backstab them from Pop Dog. So you are only around here in connector area. That's the CTs in connector area. Maybe somebody's around there. Somebody might be up close, but he usually gets taken out after taking out one or two. So usually this player would fall back just to keep or to hold on to this rough area, to not let the terrorists capture that. As soon as they capture this area, and maybe even this one, it gets very hairy for the CTs. It's almost impossible to retake. But if the terrorists don't get it, it's almost easy. It's not necessarily easy for the CTs, but it is very possible for the CTs to just retake through those lines, because you can see from the top, you can take the peaks over the top and then call out for your teammates. They can just go down there and check all those small corners over here. So it's not too complicated to check all those angles. for the CTs if they retake, as long as they still have control of that one. And I'm really curious to see if Virtus.Pro handle that on their terrorist side, if they manage to pull through and push the CTs out of the B bomb site, or if they go for a small cheeky setup in B hall or something like that, you know, trying to take turns on the peak, which usually is not that rewarding for the terrorists. Now they are still on a safe round, full Glock, no armor for anyone. They just want to get the money for the upcoming rifle round. And Kerrigan abusing that scout still, even though the jumping hitbox is fixed in a way. Look at that. Zubix is showing off his 50 bullet spray with the P90, and he gets himself a triple kill in the round. Kerrigan helps out from behind with the scout. So the jumping hitbox has been fixed, but it doesn't really remove the fact of the hedges shown for a split second. And if Kerrigan goes for those jumping scouts on the back of the B bomb site, sometimes one peek is enough. You know, you get the information and it can fall back on top of that information. And I think that they still have to fix the accuracy for the scout as well as a few other weapons. But yeah, let's talk about this rifle round first. Virtus.Pro on 5 AKs, opposed by the scouts, still in the hands of Kerrigan, and Device with the MP7, and he's taking the close angle. Look at that, he's basically right next to him. They can hear each other breathe as KGB stops Pasha's breathing. He exhales one last time and then goes to watch his teammates from the outside. 4v5 coming up, and KGB managed to stay alive with quite a lot of HP considering the exchange, and he retreats into the B bomb site. So TSM still have 3 full HP members on the A bomb site. And Dupree using that incendiary nade to slow the terrorists down. Virtus.Pro need to make up their mind. They seem to want to go to the A bomb site, but if they keep being slowed down or shut down, it might be really, really hard for them. Look at Deviso pushing through the smoke, then going down to Snacks in the background. Now it's Dupree's time to chime in as Taz goes to work on his teammate. Dupree with one frag, really important one to stop the initial attack of the terrorists. But Neo has his number and he smoked off CT spawn already, and the C connector as well. Dupree goes down on the first one, but Snacks gets a refrag. 2v2. KGB on 37 HP. Bialy knows that there's a CT around there, and was Kerrigan with a cheeky M4, one frag from behind. Disposes of Bialy. Now it's Snacks alone, and he gets tagged from the front and the back. He doesn't know where to turn. 5 seconds on the clock, and he can't even plan the bomb without being taken down. There it is, Kerrigan with the second frag. TSM up 4-0, winning that first rifle round. Another very important round to tell where this game could go on the CT side for TSM. And Virtus.Pro had that initial setup looked quite promising, but then TSM had the right timing on all the incendiary nades, all the smokes. Even though Device's push wasn't really successful when he pushed through that smoke. There was a smoke over here, he pushed through it, tried to pick up a frag over there. He wasn't successful in doing that, but he slowed down the 2 terrorists that were around there because they had to occupy themselves with that CT that stupidly pushed in there. So they were slowed down, the timing was off. It was 2 players coming into the A bomb set from Pop Dog, and then the other 2 players that were supposed to come in at the same time, they were a little bit too late, and that allowed the CTs to get a few good frags in there. Now it's Dupree's time to get himself another double kill in the round. It's not going to be 4-1, that's for sure. Taz and Bialy. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Now it's Bialy alone as Kerrigan made his AWP shine a little bit. Bialy trying to plant the bomb over at B, but Zipix is still around, and he will not miss that shot. 5-0 in favor of TSM. The Danes do what has been asked of them, at least on the CT side. Now let's see if they can maintain that pace that they are working at right now. The Danes with 3 AWPs actually. I just saw one and then I saw another one and I was like, okay, that's a double AWP. I didn't really take another look. There it is. Device taking another look. KGB checking out Ivy now. Device having another angle. KGB getting that frag, and the terrorists try to push them, but at the same time the CTs push them as well. They are still in Pop Dog, and the terrorists are basically surrounded by CTs. Now they will open fire, and Zubix picks up a frag before being shut down by Snacks, and there's another one. Nobody would have thought of that. Even though Snacks is able to pick up the refrag, it's 3 AWPs surviving for TSM. And They will... What? They dropped one of those orbs to pick up an AK? Maybe they will want to be as hard to predict as possible. Or maybe the triple orb setup was a miscall or miscommunication in the first place. Because KGB and Device both had an orb on the A bomb side with one orb at B. It is possible. They showed us that it's possible. But maybe it's a little risky still. If you get pushed on the B bomb side, it's very risky to have those orbs on the retake. Now let's see if Virtus.Pro will push anywhere. At first it's just tossing in a few nades here and there. Pasha down to 36, KGB on 66. The CTs on the receiving end now as they catch another nade. KGB goes down to 37, and slowly but surely he backs away from Ivy, and that's the opening that the terrorists try to generate, even though Device is able to close one opening that generated on a main. Now the CTs with a man advantage, falling back to deeper positions. KGB is way back right now, tucked in behind the train barrier. And TSM wants to find some information. It looks like Device is pushing forward. The same goes for Dupree. He's really close to Pop Dog as well. And that might be a risky setup, but it's also very rewarding because you have those players close to Pop Dog. You can go for a really, really quick backstab. And now the CTs will slow down the Virtus.Pro push. And that allows Dupree to get himself up the ladder already, while Bialy gets himself the frag onto Zipix. The CTs on the rotation. There is Dupree picking up the double kill onto Pasha and Taz. 2v4 coming up. Bialy just tries to get rid of the C4, and he doesn't get spotted by Kerrigan. Oh, but he shoots his teammate. 1v3 now. Bialy with 2 frags in the back. Basically 3 because he picked up his teammate as well. He has to hold on to the bomb, but he's pushed from behind. It couldn't be harder for him to defend the bomb from being defused, and the CTs will finally spot him as well. TSM with the round on the board, but that was a little weird to watch because Kerrigan didn't spot Bialy with the bomb right next to him, and then Bialy turned around and the angle was so awkward that he shot his teammate through the CT. Still 7-0 in favor of TSM. The Danes with a very sturdy lead, but the loser bonus is maxed out for quite a few rounds already. And the terrorists will just buy up every single time and every single chance they get. Let's see if one of those forced buys can wield some success, can wield some fruit for the terrorists. And it doesn't seem like they can fool Zipix. He picks up a double kill. Device waits behind the smoke. He has heard Snacks already, and Zipix picks up one more to make it a triple. He almost got himself a quad kill, but it was Dupree, I guess, firing in from behind, making it 8-0. TSM don't have too many problems right now, and it seems like Virtus.Pro don't have a recipe to unlock that CT defense. They need to find somewhere in there, and they need at least a sturdy way to plan the bomb at first, and then work on top of that. They need to make something out of nothing, and right now they literally have nothing, at least concerning their armory. They still have a Deagle and a P250, but it's not really the weapons that you would like to have on the terrorist side on train. Maybe they could dispose of Device though. He's really close. Look at that. Using the M4A1, even though after the patch it's been altered a lot, he still uses it to the maximum effort. And Pasha and Taz though use their Deagles and they get themselves a few frags. Taz is there again onto Kerrigan. Quick triple tag, and as soon as that it's a 1v2. Taz is down to 40 HP and Pasha down to 4. And Zipix has the right timing, disposes of Pasha, and now it's Taz alone. The bomb has been separated from him and he needs to pick it up. And if Zipix plays it correctly, he will not expose himself to Taz. He will wait until Taz exposes himself to Zipix. And he will circle around, go back and get himself in there from a main, trying to catch Taz off guard. But Taz will probably know that Zipix could be anywhere right now, and he's getting, or he went for the right peak, he went for the right angle, he guessed correctly, but then he went down to Zipix. Great performance by him, holding down the B-bomb side, and when it's needed, he comes in with the rotation and the clutch situations as well. 9-0 for TSM, and Zipix is sitting on top of them with 12 kills right now. 10 for Dupree, and on the other side we have 8 for Taz, who's having a good day on train, but only 1 for Neo and Pasha. Now let's see. The terrorists building up some tension over at the A bomb site, especially Snacks pushing in with the AWP, catching KGB. Good smoke set up by Virtus.Pro. And now he's not yet out of the thick of things. Device is still around on top of that train, trying to catch the frag. Zipix though closes out Taz on the backstep. He actually went out of the B bomb site and went for Pop Dog basically for the stairs inside B halls. Now Kerrigan closes out. Bialy retreats as well. The CTs deal some stinging blows, and then they always back away. Now it's Neo's time to deal a stinging blow to the CTs, making it a 2v3 again. Kerrigan goes down to Pasha, and the bomb is still on the loose. The terrorists still need to pick it up, but at the moment they have to battle it out with the CTs, and they have perfect positions. Dupree already got himself into the halls and was waiting there for Neo. 10-0 in favor of TSM. Doesn't look too promising for Virtus.Pro anymore. Last time they played it, Virtus.Pro started off on the CT side and they made it 11-4. So they know how tall the order is. They need to get 4 rounds, and that's only 5 more rounds to be played in this first half of the second map in the CounterPit Consolidation Final. I am the Boo, and this is going to be an intense match, at least for Virtus.Pro at the moment. TSM could relax a little bit, but as soon as they relax their muscles, Virtus.Pro is there, and they will punish them for the relaxation. Making it a 3v2 though. Device is down to 7 HP. KGB just holds on to the angle. Covers his teammate who goes down to Neo through the smoke. KGB now the last man standing. Then they know that he's got the AWP, but they will still expose themselves. Neo caught on the way towards Ivy. KGB on the lookout for another kill, and the bomb is just been planted. So there is still enough time for KGB to wait a few more seconds. Wait for the terrorists to make a mistake, and then make himself clutch this round for TSM. Time to wait is running out, and he realizes that as long as the terrorists don't really go for any peaks, there's no real reason for me to waste that AWP, and he will rather hold on to it for the next round. The terrorists will exit through a main, so they might not even face off again. Maybe Bialy could go for a peek, but he rather stays alive as well. So all the players on the server, all the 3 guys, all decided, well, let's rather stay alive in this one. Let's practice peace and make it 10-11. Both teams can live with that. TSM will reset it, and they will try to reset Virtus.Pro's loser bonus with this round, but they need to go clutch. Virtus.Pro now caught some of that momentum, and you know how dangerous they are. As soon as they pick up 1 round, it could start a tremendous comeback effort. Look at that. Kerrigan in some trouble, but a flick shot will do its trick. Pasha goes down. Destiny behind the Device behind the smoke. Dupree is there as well, and it's a 2v4 right now. Kerrigan tries to cover his teammate but goes down. There is Snacks picking up the kill onto Device. Kerrigan with the refrag. Bialy is alone, and he's been in that position so many times already, and it's so hard if you're caught on the A-bomb site. They know in which corner you're tucked in, and they will get themselves in the good position so they can take you down as soon as you pick up one of them. 11-1. TSM are right back in the saddle. Virtus.Pro are not able to string those 2 rounds together. They could have broken the CT's momentum, also their economy, and then given Virtus.Pro 3 rounds or maybe even 4 rounds. Now it's 3 more rounds remaining in this half, and Virtus.Pro need to pick up at least 2 more. So 2 out of 3 is a tall order, especially if you're down to Tech 9s and 1 AK only, just like the Poles are right now. Their last resort is the B-bomb site. They have faced off against Zipix over there quite a few times already, and it was always the Dane coming out on top of those exchanges. Right now he's once again handling it perfectly. Perfectly timed nade, perfectly timed incendiary nade, taking out the 1 rifle that the terrorists had. He's going for the close encounter, going for another frag. Now it's a 4v2 thanks to Zipix slowing down the terrorists, and KGB will fire away from behind, taking down 2 more, making it 12-1. TSM in a very commanding lead right now. Virtus.Pro on another save probably, even though it's kind of weird to save in that sort of situation that they are in, but they want to have at least 2 rounds on the board, and the chances of making that are higher if they save now and buy weapons in the upcoming one. So TSM should make it 13-1, and the 13-1 on train is a big, big lead. Even on train, it's a big lead. Dupree, once again from E-Box, getting that first frag. He's always hanging around that position. If TSM keep playing like they do with Device close by, Dupree always on the E-Box, Cage and B always holding on to Ivy, Zipix usually on lower B, it's going to be predictable for them. So Virtus.Pro will be prepared better for the next time, that's for sure. They have probably figured out that there's only a few positions that are taken by the CTs. They're almost for granted. You barely see them hang back over here and here. They usually always have those positions over there, and that's easy, so to speak, easier to figure out than those positions back here. But let's see if Virtus.Pro can counter that approach. They go for the B bomb site initially, and it's Zipix and his teammate with the AWP coming in, and there is the first frag in favor of the terrorist. Kerrigan is alone over there with the AWP, and he tries to slow down the terrorist push to have some safety and get some backup from Dupree. So Virtus.Pro with the first frag, that's something that they have been looking for the previous rounds, or all the rounds basically. They were always on the receiving end. Even though they got the first frag, they were soon traded back again. And that slowed them down and made it so much harder for them to fake anything or make the CTs get into awkward positions. Now they tried to do that, but Device is in the best awkward position that he could have been in. Kerrigan with the covering shot, going for another one, but not hitting the smoke. 2v3 though. Kerrigan tries to avoid the terrorists from getting the plan, but it's not going to happen. Neo with the frag. Now it's a 1v2 thanks to Cage and B, and Dupree and Cage and B still have the crossfire setup. Neo is in the middle, and he will fight his way out with a good headshot onto Dupree. Cage and B coming in with the ZZ75, and he's still got the scope on the backup weapon, and he will make it happen with the automatic pistol. 14-1 in favor of TSM. Cage and B, the hero of the last round, and Virtus.Pro is not able to get more than one round in 15 on the board. So all the signs point to TSM going through to the final. And let's not count out Virtus.Pro yet. It is their map pick. They are on the CT side. If they win the pistol round, I think anything is possible. So let's see how far Virtus.Pro can come back, or how long TSM takes to finish off this map. Seems like promising. TSM with a lot of control, at least a lot of space, but they lose the fights, and that's not really helping their cause. 3v2, 3v1 now thanks to Pasha hopping around with the P2000, picking up the triple kill. And it always looks to me as if, if you know how massive Pasha is in real life, and he holds on to that tiny P2000, it makes it look so much more like him, and he picks up so many frags with that very gun in the pistol rounds as well. Virtus.Pro glad to have him around. 14-2 right now. The Poles trying to get back into the game. TSM, however, with the Deagle and the Tech 9 buy and some armor as well. First tag now, good nade onto Kerrigan, but even better headshot onto Snaximus Maximus. 4v5, the CTs have to rely on their SMGs, and Pasha the only one with a rifle. The terrorists have a very good opening. They picked up the XM1406, I don't know, the shotgun, that automatic shotgun as well. And now Device is down to 14 HP, so slowly but surely Virtus.Pro manages to get back into the round, but Pasha needs to watch out. His back is constantly compromised to the terrorists, and he's twitching and turning, getting a frag. Is Bialy there to help his teammate out. Now Dupree slicing through Tech 9 to the head of the Pasha, and Bialy goes down as well. This is very, very bad for the CTs, especially as Taz gets caught on the backstep. 1v3, Device, Dupree, and Zipix just have to find one more frag, but it's Neo, and it could have been easier. But Neo is defending the bomb site with his life. The bomb is dropped still. He spots it as well. Device is waiting for the right moment. Dupree, the 2 Ds, the double Ds, they are juggling around, and Neo is going to work on the first one. Now it's a 1v1. Dupree still with the armor, but Neo with the first tags takes him down to 43 HP. Dupree runs out of time as well. He goes for the plan, and this is Neo's time. He takes out a Tech 9 and finishes the job. 15-2. Dupree is just staying alive, but what an effort by Neo there, almost getting it done from 3v1 with the MP9 against armored targets, even though they weren't on full HP. it was very, very hard for Neo to clutch this, and he almost made it happen. Now Kerrigan and Zipix start off this round with a 4v2 situation. Kerrigan with the second frag. And now it's Taz and Neo, the last man standing for Virtus.Pro. TSM with the winning, or the match point right now. And not only this one, but 13 of it. 1v1 coming up. Device puts down Taz. Neo with the scout, and he already proved himself hard to kill in the previous round. Device will fake to hop onto the train and goes for a small shoulder peek, and there it is. Neo picks up the kill and makes Virtus.Pro stay alive. Just a few more moments, or maybe even a few more rounds. Let's see if they can pull through. 15 frags for Taz, 10 for Neo. On the other side, we have 19 for Dupree and 18 for Zipix. Great effort by the two. Zipix on the B bomb side, it did do a lot of work, especially on the CT side for TSM. The Danes still need to win one more round, and it could sound, or couldn't sound more easy, but in real life it's so hard, especially against Virtus.Pro. 2 opening frags for the terrorists on the A bomb set, just going down there. Everyone takes a line and they will head over there. Neo still picks up the kill onto Kerrigan, but it's already a 2v3, a man advantage for the terrorists. They don't have too many rifles though. In fact, they only have one, but Dupree doesn't need a rifle. He has his Tech 9, and Device goes to work on Neo. It's 16-3 in favor of TSM, who move on to the final against Envious, who are waiting in the grand final of the CounterPit League. We've got $23,000 at stake in the grand final, and we will see that sometime soon. Stay tuned to hltv.org and also to CounterPit Twitter. It is 2-0 in favor of TSM. So I thank you for tuning in, guys and girls. I'm the Boo from Germany. So if you have any feedback for me, just Twitter away. My Twitter handle is at DABO. No, is it a OTV? Yeah, Dabu TV. It's so hard to remember my own name, right? So I thank you for tuning in again. This has been a quite fast second map by TSM, actually finishing off Virtus.Pro in a matter of 2 hours, and we had a small delay due to eBots issues. So wow, that is it's still a quite fast match. I certainly didn't expect that to happen like it did, but I'm still baffled a little bit, especially with the 16-3 in favor of TSM. But I will stop talking nonsense right now, and thank you for tuning in again. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for any future broadcasts. I will always tweet out for whichever league I will cast. Yes, it's over. But I'm still around. You know the deal. I always stay online a few more minutes than maybe some other streamers will stay online. Doesn't matter. Big shout out to Stereo, by the way. Big shout out to the CounterPit League admins. They're doing a great job. And I hope you enjoy the league as long as it will go on. We only have one more match coming up. And you can see the date as soon as it's scheduled on hltv.org as well as on the CounterPit website. So big shout out to Dino as well. Thanks for doing everything you do. So I will stop the cast right now. And I thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to follow me around on Twitter and take care. Good night. Good fight. Have fun watching DreamHack.